Well, word on the street is that something big is about to drop against New Jeans, and it looks like they're in panic mode because once you get your real mama to be doing work that is out of her wheelhouse just to save her kids, you know things are in a serious predicament. You know, you've heard those stories about that mom lifting up a car to save her baby, and people are like, where did she get the human strength to do that? Well, you do whatever it takes if you're the real mama to save your children. When you're seeing that the New Jeans mama, where has she been? She just like threw her over to the lawyers and said like, hey, why don't you try to pay the bills for now? Well, that's what it looks like is coming to a head, is that the New Jeans mamas, the real ones, are doing like a DIY self-service PR thing. They have no idea what PR is, how it works. They just got to see the real couture level of media campaign services that Hee-jin mama bought. And she probably downplayed it a bit because who wants to say that, you know, like, why would you even sell your house to pay for a media smear campaign? I mean, there is new money, there is old money, and then there is Jezebel money. And they're trying to pop something into the Instagram air fryer and thinking that they might get the same results. And obviously they have not. They've posted one version, I guess, of a press release or something to their DIY Instagram PR agency page, but it is not having the effects. And let's go into what they have been saying and how, you know, not all PR is good PR, and it doesn't look like these mamas are actually going to be saving her kids. In fact, a lot of you have pointed out they're not kids, maybe save for one. They're not kids, but mama certainly came with the Instagram air fryer. So Dispatch certainly made up for skipping over its New Year's couple in light of the Jeju air crash, but they have more than made up for it with hot tea in tea bags made out of receipts, especially when it comes to the New Jeans situation. And the parents probably thought that they could afford the same level of services that New Jeans mama had been getting. These media retainers, the way that Hee-jin has played it, so expensive, and really starts to expose the little club. You know, we can't call it an old boys network anymore. Whatever boys, girls, men, women, Jezebel, like all together, sweating it out, you know, coming up with their schemes and trading money. It's becoming a little bit obvious because the parents probably thought that they could do it the real way, the actual way, the level of press conference and media attention and articles that Hee-jin was able to garner, if it was done correctly, wouldn't have to be, you don't have to spend any money on that because it is just a natural news item that people want to cover. But it's becoming, I think, a little bit clear because the parents seem frustrated that they're not getting the same results. And really, I don't think you can expect that because that was a pay-to-play world. And honey, if you ain't paying, there is no playing. And it almost feels like, you know, now, I mean, if they get to the point where they're going to have to DIY their stylists, you know, they're not getting sponsored couture anymore, then they go into Dior, they want a red carpet look, and they're like, dang, these prices are expensive for the clothes. And then they walk out with just a lip gloss thinking that they can just wear some jeans and that the Dior lip gloss will Diorify everything. It won't. It won't. And that's the same thing with this DIY self-service PR campaign that the parents are trying to legitimately do to help out their kids, perhaps. Although some of you have been saying like the language again sounds like New Jeans mama, not the real New Jeans mamas, but the New Jeans mama riding again behind this curtain like she's some wizardess of Oz and feeding the message through the parents, whether that's the case or not, or whether, literally the parents, or maybe the parents again wanted help on so-called help on drafting this letter. It again was kind of long and convoluted and had a lot of weird, faulty syllogisms. Okay, so the account, if you want to go look at it for yourself, is on Instagram, and this one wasn't a disappearing message. It's Jeans, JEANZ, right? Z_PR. That's the account on Instagram. It says, "Hello, we are the parents of Minji, Hani, Danielle, Hedin, and Hain." Again, notice how they're not using the New Jeans name. "This account will be operated on a temporary basis. We regret to inform you that we had no choice but to create it in order to represent our position in our dispute with HYBE." Again, I like this. Direct communication, no other PR filters, like delaying things back and forth. Fine, good. But what was their reasoning? Because there was no official outlet to convey our stance. What do you mean an official outlet? Do you just mean like you just needed a PR, mechanism, and so you're choosing Instagram? Or are you talking about no official outlet as in no media company, reporters, and a newsroom in our back pockets the way that, Jezebel money can provide? We have tried multiple times through direct interviews with various media outlets and by providing factual information through journalists we know to get our message across. See, I think they let the cat out of the bag real early, basically saying that the journalists, the reporters, the media companies that we actually did try to influence with direct interviews didn't really convey our message the way that we wanted to. What is going on? We need our own official outlet. So that means what? In what situation would you not have needed your self-service Instagram thing? You need to get the platinum, gold, diamond, whatever, Jezebel 2000 package that Hee-jin got, and that is oodles of money. Thankfully, a small number of outlets did publish our story as it was. What do you mean? Like, they're supposed to just dictation and just publish your press release. Oh, sometimes that happens. Basically publishing the press release. That's not how actual journalism works. But who knows where we're at right now in the world. However, there were very few in number. Oh my God, we didn't get the blitz that Hee-jin seems to get like every single headline. We also attempted to distribute a press release through an agency, but we faced many difficulties in ensuring our position would be reported in print without distortion. Again, you're exposing your hand, saying that we wanted our press release to just be printed the way it was and not have it distorted. There was a lot of distortions on your side. Where were you then? Where were your press releases saying that let's fix this distortion? For example, headlines were often written in misleading ways. Oh my goodness, pot calling the kettle black. How many misleading headlines have we had to endure because of Hee-jin, New Jeans Mama's whole media blitzkrieg? And where were you when the headlines were distorted in your favor? While any comments from the members themselves have either been distorted or cited only in a negative context or covered in just a handful of minor articles, HYBE and ADOR continue to distribute hundreds of articles a day through various media outlets. Okay, there is no way, not even the president of South Korea in his monumental martial law impeachment detention camp, he doesn't even get hundreds of articles. There are not hundreds of media outlets out there. We're in an era of shrinking media. So HYBE and ADOR cannot get hundreds of articles a day about new jeans, especially now through various media outlets, including biased online platforms. These articles contain false information or content solely representing HYBE and ADOR's views without going through the basic fact-checking or rebuttal processes that proper media should undertake. Yo. At your own girl's press conference, the live one when the media was trying to fact check your daughter's statements, and then one of your daughters is saying like gibberish that made no sense, that was so off and did not answer the question, and she had the audacity to say like, you understand what's going on now? No. These people have been fact checking, and they have even, when they early on, remember, we weren't, but they were so duped, and they were overly trying to fact check. See, that's the problem. When something is so ridiculously put out there, but strong and with a lot of funding and force, it takes a lot more time to fact check a lie. Unfortunately, we have received information suggesting that, ahead of our upcoming injunction lawsuit, HYBE and ADOR are once again circulating rumors known as Jjirashi among several reporters in order to spread false articles targeting the members. This is why we have decided to create this account. Okay, now this is big, and they are exposing. This is why people are thinking there might be something coming down the mountain, and you don't want to be there if you're a New Jeans member when it comes. Jjirashi is essentially a secret but not so secret kind of list. I think before it was mainly on email distribution, like if you wanted to be on the secret email distribution list, or now it's like through text. And the main people who drive that community of rumors, where a lot of it turns out to be true, and for sure it is 100% smoke that is about like the real deal of what's going on in politics and business. And a lot of the people driving that were like the finance people. So if you really want to get your hands on Jjirashi, and you can't take it 100%, but a lot of people read it to kind of get an indication and try to get like a head start on what might be developing. You gotta know like a finance bro or a finance sister, and they will probably most likely have it. And for them, it's more profitable because it helps you get it ahead of trades, I think, essentially, to make financial transactions that could, benefit you based on advanced information. But of course, it's all something where you look at it at your own risk. However, with Jjirashi, from what I've experienced, is that it can't go anywhere if it's false. Maybe, yes, you can create some sort of negative effect based on rumors, but most of those people who read it, most likely they're going to be like, see, we read it on Jjirashi first, and then it turned out to be true. Or, okay, not 100% of it was true, but some indications were there. But usually the smoke has some sort of legitimate source from what I've seen. I'm not on the list, but from what I've gleaned, from my time in that world where some people had good access to it, you get a head start on what's coming. And so, honey, if anybody has it, actually, it's New Jeans Mama, and New Jeans Mama probably shared that with the New Jeans parents, saying like, okay, this is bubbling up. There's something that we probably cannot contain. And then now these New Jeans parents are blaming HYBE and ADOR of circulating it. Whether that's true or not, whether HYBE and ADOR are feeding this information in there, that could be a possibility. But where is your proof? Where is your proof that they are circulating this information to the Jjirashi. If you're saying that, oh my god, all this is like misinformation, they're not telling us our point, then how can you be so bold accusing other people without evidence yourself? We sincerely apologize to those who may feel weary from this prolonged dispute. Okay, parents, then pay to leave. It's in a contract clause where you can leave and end it by paying almost like $500 million, like almost $500 million. So obviously they can't do that. So then what's the next alternative? Send your girls back to HYBE. Let them repent and actually have the opportunity of a lifetime. 5 girls out of millions around the world who would die for the chance and the opportunities that they've already had, and at such an accelerated, successful timeline, riding off the big wave of BTS. Isn't that what a real mama would do? Say, okay, girls, look, this has gone far enough. You're going to go back to HYBE and ADOR. You're going to kneel on the ground at the office and pray for forgiveness and then just finish out the contract. Everybody in like, if you ask 99.9% of Korean parents, would they be choosing the Hee-jin path, or would they just say, get on your knees, pray, and grovel? And I've seen this. I have seen this myself in a Korean company where actually the dude that was the younger dude, he was physically beat up by the boss. Okay, and then the next morning, he was kneeling in front of the office door, like, you know, the entrance into our newsroom, and he like doing this like kneeling while everybody else was going in and out. And look, the boss didn't, I don't even know if he came into work that day until after lunch. So he was there for hours. And he was the one that was beat up. He was not the best, like, kind of like, he wasn't the most sterling type of dude anyway, but he did not deserve to get beat up, and he did not deserve to, you know, have to kneel like that, but he did. And he's, I guess, you know, tried to save his job or something like that. So if he's willing to do that, I mean, these girls, if they do that, they get a much bigger payday than he ever would have. I mean, it could be worth it. And the way that they have been learning their performances from New Jeans Mama, it wouldn't even be that much. There's something about in the Korean culture that if you kneel like that, it is a big gesture. So it could make up for a lot of wrongdoing. There's something about, I guess, lowering yourself like that, and then it has definitely like a historical cultural thing, but it's really, I think maybe it means more in the modern era because more people don't want to, you know, they have their egos and stuff like that. But I actually would be scared of people who are really good at being on their knees like that, because they can pull a trick here and there. Like they're always, if Mama's taking out another residency address on her knees, you got to be careful about them Jezebels. But it really could mean a lot to show some contrition and to show some apologies. Nevertheless, the information we plan to share here will mainly be matters that the members cannot easily communicate themselves, as we are currently the only spokespersons for the members. Are you really? I mean, you just hired lawyers. In some ways, they're not 100% spokespeople, but then they had that, marketing arm. They probably just got the basic services. They're just like, let's try out just, sending out press releases. And then they're just like, dang, that was expensive. And dang, that didn't really work. Okay, how do you work this Instagram account? Because we're going to set up our own self-service DIY PR agency called New Jeans Mamas. We are in urgent need of a channel to convey the facts accurately, and we ask for your understanding in this regard. Wait, is that it? They didn't even go to any PR school, because that was like a really abrupt ending, okay? And really didn't really have that good of information. So good luck to them, but this is gonna be really, really difficult for mama trying to be cooking up a Thanksgiving dinner through her air fryer, because there's a lot more to this than just saying what I want to be said and have it show up in every major news network and print media publication and online. You can't. No, they're expecting way too much. I think what could help is that the parents actually show their faces. Maybe they should have their own press conference, and they would probably be able to do that without a lot of money. Just book the like a wedding hall or something, during off-peak hours, and have the press show up. All right, guys, well, what do you think? Did you check out their one post for their DIY PR agency? If you're going to be doing PR, you need a lot more than just one post with no headline, no appealing graphic to go along with it, not to mention not even any video. What is going on over there, and what is this big news that is basically, they might be, spell checking it right now. It's going to be dropping probably any minute. All right, guys, put your comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.